What is going on out there, everybody? Brent Abel here, goldballhunting.com. That dude over there, the great Jeff Jacklich, now at the Wesson Lawn Tennis Club, Pontiac, Michigan.
Indeed.
For another, 5 weeks or so, and then heading back to California.
We're at about the 5-week countdown. Yeah.
Awesome. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Gold Ball Hunting, the podcast, another episode for you. And today what we're going to talk about is a split step. And it's a much discussed topic. And we want to break it down for you in kind of 3 simple steps. 3 simple split steps. Okay, anyway. Before we get into part number 1 is Jeff and I are offering you guys a free no charge 15-minute coaching call where it's the 3 of us. We get in the phone and all we ask is bring that one thing in your game. It could be stroke technique, could be tactics or strategy, singles or doubles, could be mental, could be physical. Maybe we got to drop a few pounds, maybe we got to get a little bit fitter. Whatever it is, we want to help you kind of solve that issue you've got, the one thing right now that's at the very top of your priority list to start getting the result you want. The way you do that, just go over to goldballhunting.com. First name, email address, click the button. You'll get access to our online calendar scheduler. You get to cherry pick a date and time that works best for you. Not for us, but for you. And of course, if you're on our email list, any email you get from us, there's a link that will take you to that scheduler. Yeah. And let's get rocking on that. So, Jeff, the split step, singles and doubles, and we're going to break this down into three parts of it. And the first part I want to is kind of generally, and I think this kind of gets lost a lot, about what is the real purpose of it? Why do we want a split step at all? Why is it something that we need?
I have no idea. No.
Okay. And on that, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. It's been great.
I mean, the first and foremost, it is to gather yourself so you can move in the direction of the incoming ball. So I have the ability to move left, right, up, and back. Whatever that ball is calling me to do, I need to be in a position to be able to do that. And so the split step is stopping any kind of momentum going any other direction and allowing you to read the incoming ball and make your move.
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess the biggest challenge in tennis is that we have to hit balls on our right and we have to hit balls on our left. Jeff, do golfers have to split step?
Not until they make it a contact sport, right? Where anybody in your foursome can come up and tackle you before you hit, right?
Well, that too. Right. So you absolutely know as a golfer what side you're going to hit from.
Right.
Either the right side.
Unless you're in the trees, and you got to go Seve Ballesteros and flip the 7-iron over and do something magical.
Yeah, but then at least you get to set up, what side you're going to be on. Baseball hitters, there's no split step. They know which side of the plate they're going to hit from. Tennis players, we don't have that luxury, right? So a big challenge is that we are going to have to play forehands, we're going to have to play backhands. A ball's to our right, a ball's to our left. The purpose of the split step is to efficiently get you set up like golfers do, to get you set up like baseball hitters do, so that you can get into that hitting position as soon as you possibly can, right?
Right.
And so it's vital. I mean, that's the whole purpose. And my theory on singles and as opposed to doubles in the split step, because in singles we've got such a bigger area that we've got to cover, is that on average when we split step, we got to come out of it in a way where we have to move over to go get a ball, either to our right or to our left. In doubles, because it's a narrower court we're now covering, the chances now go up that on average, the split step serves a purpose of helping us get out of the way of the incoming ball, right? I mean, certainly there are times we've got to move to our right or left, but I'll venture to guess, and I've never done the hard data on this, but I should to prove my point, is that the split step serves 2 different purposes in singles and doubles. One to get over to the ball, one to get out of the way of it. So So that's the main purpose, Jeff. Let's talk about this about the second part of this, which is when do we do it? What is the timing? And before we get into that, guys, just a real quick reminder. Jeff and I are offering that 15-minute coaching call. It's free. It's private. 3 of us getting a phone call, and you just got to bring the one thing in your game right now that you got to get figured out. Start getting that result you want, whether it's singles or doubles. The way to do that, go over to goldballhunting.com, drop in your first name. Make sure it's the real first name, an email address, and then click the button. You get access to that online calendar. Jeff, let's talk about the timing of the split step. And there's a lot of controversy on this, right?
Yeah.
And I think everyone's looking for, well, come on, give me the formula. There's got to be a way that I can just do it the same time every time. How do you teach it? How do you teach the timing of the split?
Initially, I mean, if you learn it, and then as you get better as a player, you can and should take some liberties with it. But first, initially,
what does that mean? Liberties? I mean timing liberties.
The timing of it then can be a little bit of a moving target.
I see. Okay.
When can be is not an absolute.
Okay.
But initially, with new players or players that are messy with it, we got to build a foundation of it first. And so initially, yes, the split step, the split check, the split stop, whatever terminology you like to use, is I've taken a little hop. As my feet come down to the court, I feel the weight equally over both feet at the same time when my opponent is striking the ball, so that I have the quickest response time, left, right, preparing that next stroke that I want to use before it even gets over the net. I mean, the quicker I can do that, I'm buying myself more time to adjust to it, get my spacing right. We've talked about that, to be able to hit my best ball.
So you're saying, when they're hitting the tennis ball, why don't we do it like as soon as we finish our forehand, let's say, why don't we just do it right then and there?
Because you don't know where the ball's going, Brenny.
Well, but I'm in my balance. I'm in my split step, perfect balance position. Now all of a sudden I feel like, well, I'm kind of either falling forward, waiting to find out, or my weight's just gone dead and static, and I've got no spring left in my leg. So you're saying I shouldn't do it too early?
No. And I'd say that's one of the big, let's say, fallouts from doing it too early or not doing it at all, is that you're static on the court, and so you're not even in tune with your own personal rhythm and timing. You know, we all walk to the beat of a different drummer, you know, and our stroke production, our stroke rhythm is slightly different from each other.
Right.
And so your split stop, your split check also helps you stay in tune with that, which then that totally relates to swing freedom and being able to produce your best, you know, forehand or backhand, your best rally ball consistently and sustainably. So the split check becomes that vehicle that allows you to kind of separate yourself from the incoming ball and get your rhythm and your personal rhythm in tune, ready to strike the incoming ball.
Yeah, I think timing-wise, and I've disagreed with a lot of guys on this. They all say, I mean, they say, well, no, there's a specific time when you need to split step, and I say, well, on every ball. So every ball I hit over there, no matter where that opponent is, no matter where I am on the court, I need to split at a certain time. And they go, yeah. And I say, well, I got to be honest with you, I completely disagree. I don't believe in that. And here's my thinking, because I've watched video of myself, and I've watched video of other great players. And if I'm back in the baseline, and I've just hit a standard rally ball to, let's say I'm back behind the baseline 2 feet, right? And my opponent is 2 feet behind their baseline over there. I don't need to split right when they make contact, because when I do that, I'm splitting too early. And now I'm getting, as you said, you're coming down on both feet, and now all of a sudden It's too early. The ball's not getting on me to where I can come out of that. If I get down and I come out of it, what I want to do, now all of a sudden I'm coming out of it and I still don't know where the ball's coming, right? I'm just a little bit static on it. So my sense is that the further I am away from the ball, the later I can split, right? So I might be able to, if I throw up a high roller and the guy backs up and I don't come in, I can split. I can wait and see what they do before I have to go into a split.
Right.
Now, on the other side, if I am serving and volleying and I hit a big first serve and boom, which doesn't happen too often, but I hit that first serve dinger and I'm coming in behind it and my opponent's the kind of guy, the Paul Annacone guy who likes to pick it up on the rise, I can't wait until afterwards. I've got to split. I may have to split like super early. As soon as I come out of my service motion, I know that ball's going to be on me because I can feel, boom, oh, that was a good one. I know the guy likes to take it early.
Right.
I got to split right away. So I can't tell you, Jeff, and I can't tell the audience, when is the right time to split, other than there are different times depending on how far away you are or how close you are to the ball. You mentioned the other day something about sometimes if that returner is knocking the ball down at your feet and you're really having a tough time dealing with that shot, it could be that situation I just described. That you're actually hitting too good of a serve. It's going into their honeypot and they're just either ripping it or they're just taking time away. Now it's at your feet. Well, your solution to that is, okay, I'm not going to stop serving and volleying, but I'm going to throw in the high bouncer, which means it takes longer to get to them so I can cheat and get in closer. Sometimes I feel like I can split later if I've gotten the ball up high and I've compromised stroke technique where I know that no matter what they do, it won't be a big-time power shot.
Right. I know, I know for a fact that being a, California-raised hardcourt serve and volleyer, I take liberties with that split step coming into volley all day long in every variation of it. And it's based on, again, how well is the returner making his return? Am I getting some stuff that's, am I getting low-hanging fruit all day? Yeah, my split's going to be a little bit later. I'm going to be making my split step somewhere closer to the service line rather than 2 feet behind it.
And the reason you would do that is because the sooner you can, or the closer you can get to the net, the closer you can get to that incoming ball, does two things. Number one, it gives that opponent less time to get back in the middle. But number two, the closer you get, the bigger geometry you have to hit in over there.
Right.
So if I can, I'm going to split later than earlier for those two reasons. Now, again, I might not be able to because of the factors I just described.
I think something missing now, at Wimbledon, back in the day when serve and volley ruled center court, it was great at the end of the week when you could see the rabbit trail, the deer trail from the service, from the baseline right down the center of the court, and then watch it divide and go left and right somewhere just past the service line.
A big dark spot where a brown spot.
Brown spot.
Right.
It just became dirt by the end of the 2 weeks. It was this wonderful. It was like right there in front of you.
That's the split stop area.
This is where it's happening.
That's
somewhere in that area, and then it would split off left and right. It was very narrow. It was very accurate. These two spots, and anyway.
And now what we see at Wimbledon is a hair to the left of the center mark is that brown spot, because guys are serving and they're actually moving over. I'm talking about right-handed players, which majority of the guys out there, they're serving, whether it's to the deuce or the ad side, and they're moving a hair to their left so they can run around and get a chance at the big howitzer forehand. And if you look at the brown spot now at Wimbledon, it's off center to the left to the left of the center mark in the baseline. It's nuts. That's the split step area for the new modern game. So, well, that's great. So, look, let's talk about part three, and just again a quick reminder, guys. Jeff and I, 15-minute private, no charge coaching call. let's get you on a call. If there's one thing you want to work on, could be this, could be split step. We'd love to dig in a little bit with you and kind of give you some more detailed help on how we might do the split step, or maybe it's something else. Could be technique, could be strategy, tactics, mental, physical. Goldballhunting.com, and you'll get access to our online calendar scheduler. Jeff, part 3 of the split step is to me, you can understand the purpose of this thing, and you can have perfect timing, but the timing is really dependent upon having incredible balance, and I don't mean incredible in terms of just once. I mean consistently good balance. Getting good balance, good posture, not a hard thing to do. But too often what I see is when players come into their split step is the upper body is just a hair too far in front.
Right.
And it could be that that's the thing that screws up your timing in terms of now all of a sudden they hit the ball way to your right or way to your left or right at you, and because you're off balance, you're recovering, the split step has not helped you at all.
No.
Not helped you at all. So I guess what I want to get to is the importance of balance and posture, how that helps with visual acuity, seeing the tennis ball, which helps you become super decisive in terms of what you're going to do next. So talk about your posture, your balance. What do you feel when you kind of come into this? And I'm, back on the baseline, I wouldn't say we can get sloppy with it, but we don't need to go into a big, deep knee bend way back on the baseline.
No.
Both guys are back there. It's just a little, but if you're coming in, if you're going to serve volley, if you're going to approach, whatever it is, that's a deeper athletic position you got to get into, and posture and balance being.
Yeah, because you're making a highly aggressive move. So what comes first, balance or posture? My take is posture first, balance follows. And so if you're coming into the net, you're going to make a slightly wider split step than you might on the baseline, because it's happening now.
Right.
It's happening quicker.
Yep.
Even though we might be cheating it a little bit, it's still happening quicker. And so a slightly wider split step so I can make that quick move left or right. But also my head has to be up. I've got to be able to see what's going on. A lot of players I see come forward allow the upper body to start to curl, and they think kind of an aggressive athletic posture is kind of bent over.
Right.
And that's just not it. It's just not it at all. And the problem with that is that your hands then start to drop and they get in tight, and all these other little variables can start to get in the way of being able to being able to react cleanly and efficiently to the next ball. The other thing is that when you start to bend, what happens is I see this all the time, is that players then tend to want to send their hands to the ball, not themselves. And the best serve and volleyers on the planet have quiet hands and active feet.
That's right.
And the only way to have that combination is to have good posture coming out of the serve into the split step, and then coming out of the split step having good posture will cure a multitude of sins in your technique, in your footwork, and how fast you're getting to the ball.
Yeah, no, that's good. Well, you just mentioned, getting your feet to move in reaction to, is the ball on my right, is it the ball on my left, or is the ball coming at me? Because I think it was maybe in yesterday's episode, we talked about spacing, right? And clearly the purpose of the split step is to help you efficiently create the spacing to the path of that incoming ball. So the stroke technique becomes pretty simple. There was also a study done decades ago about what happens when we're moving and we get off balance and we're trying to track the moving tennis ball. And what it says is that when we're slightly off balance, where if we get our upper body too far in front, if we kept going, we would literally fall on our face, right? So what we do is, since we don't want to do that, is we look out in the landscape for a stationary object so we can reorient ourselves to get back on balance.
Right.
Well, guess what? The moving tennis ball is not a stationary object. So you take your eye off the ball, you look somewhere, I don't know what it is, could be the crossbar or the back fence over there that's stationary, and you get reoriented, but you've lost track of the moving ball.
Right.
So it's vital. It is absolutely vital that when you go into the split, just like Jeff said, you got great posture, great balance, so that when you come out of it, when you react, you can continue to track a moving tennis ball. And that's where you get the confidence to be decisive with whatever is the shot that you want to play.
Right.
And decisiveness is like, now I've eliminated all the possibilities. I know exactly the one thing I'm going to do. And that right there is where you build confidence. So,
right.
Good stuff, Jeff. I mean, the purpose, the split step, the purpose, the timing, and then posture and balance so that you can be super decisive on the shot you want to play. And all that adds up to confidence. So, guys, hope you enjoyed today's episode, Gold Ball Hunting Podcast. Again, 15-minute free coaching call. It's, like I said, no charge. It's private. 3 of us get on the phone, and we yak about that one thing that you want to bring to the party, that you want to talk about. And we're going to set you up with party favors. Excuse me. You know, whatever it takes so you really enjoy the party and leave the party going, my God, that was the best darn party I've ever been to.
It's fun.
A lot of fun. The way to do that, go over to goldballhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address. You'll get, click the button, you'll get access to our scheduler where you can cherry pick a date and time that works best for you for this 15-minute free private coaching call. Jeff, what do we want the fine folks to do right now?
Like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're over at Stitcher or iTunes, rate and review. Love to hear about it.
Outstanding. Guys, get out there today. Come on, let's get on it. Do it on balance. Come out of that split step, right? You're on balance.
That's it.
And help someone else. Have a spectacular day. Jeff, let's do this again tomorrow.
Can't wait.